All right. I know there's a couple of people feeling I just wanted to go live a few minutes early so I can make sure that everything was working uh, before I got on here and nothing worked. But yeah, thank you. I know there's a couple of people out there. But yeah, just going to say hi. And I didn't want to set every turn off my. There we go. There. Now we shouldn't have any reverb. Let me know if there's reverb. So we'll wait to the 10 minutes. People, because I want to have you guys choose which commander I'm going to use and things like that. We'll just the yes. Two. All right. Let's move some of this. Let's see how far I can go here. There we go. That looks good. What's up? Thank you for joining me. I got 4 people so far. I just want to lay everything out. But if you guys, if you're 4 out there, want to the commander you want me to use, so let me know who you think who you like me to use. And then we'll finish up the setup. And because obviously it doesn't take a lot. So, this is pretty much set up, and I haven't done anything. Have this in frame. Put that over there. I'll have more room once I get rid of these. Then you guys can hear me or no? Can you guys hear? Okay, great. So it looks like my mic is working. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, there you go. It's working. All right, Excalibur, which one do you want me to use? Anybody? Anybody? All right. All right. Anybody listening that want to choose? Help me choose a commander. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller. Okay, so we have five commanders. We have the Wicked Witch. We have the Wolfman. We have the Frankenstein monster. We got Dracula. And we got the creature from the deep. Those are the five. Because we unlocked the fifth player during the campaign so far. So we have. Okay, one vote for creature of the deep. What about the other person? Okay. And we have 5 more minutes, and then I'll get started. See, it's weird because in StreamYard I have a back door that I can look at, but with YouTube there isn't. All right. And what I'm going to use also these are the player mats that come with the add-on, but my old ones still say Riftstorm on them, which is the old name of the game. So disregard that when I put those out. I may just use these considering the space I have. All right, 3 minutes. So right now, I'm using Creature of the Deep would be yellow. We'll see if anybody else has any other suggestions, but right now I'll do yellow. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so the other three people, do you have suggestions for which character I should use and which character I should be fighting against? Again, we have the fifth player we just unlocked, which is the Wicked Witch. We have the Alpha Wolf. We have Frankenstein's Monster. We have Dracula, and a creature from the deep. You guys want to type in the chat? Because I'm going to get started here in a few seconds. All right. So, Excalibur, since you're the only one kind of talking out there, who do you want me to play against? So take it off the board. Who do you want me to play against? Well, the enemy would be the other player. So the other player would basically choose from the remainder, and we're playing the AI deck. So as if it's another person. So the enemies would be the remainder of the characters left. So this would be the other person. That little deck there. All right. All right. It's 8 o'clock. All right. So just to show the setup real quick. So each player would choose a commander first. That would be the first thing that everybody would do. Versus the witch. Okay. So that will, which will be great because you'll be able to see what the fifth player unlocked. So let's do that. So each player would choose their commander, and this would be the AI deck right now. So this is what it's probably upside down, right? So there we go. So the commander card, first of all, and then we'll go through the card real quick. So this is the health of the character. This is the power of the character. That's what they're damaging, and this is how much power they would create inside the sanctum, which we're going to go over. And this is their special skill. So he's got a magical special skill, and then he has uh, some abilities down here. This costs nothing. This costs one. Okay. So what he can do is, while he's in the sanctum, he can dictate, basically barking orders to whatever is on board. So he'll gain +1 for anything that has his logo. So if you see the logo, he's in the murky marsh. This is the sanctum, and this shows who's in the sanctum and who's not. We're going to go through the strategies as well. So his card would go here, a space for draw and a space for discard. This is the power. This is your buying power and your attacking power. Okay, and then this is the health of your sanctum, and this is the points. All right, so that's that. And then what we'll do is we have little tokens here. This one goes on the 0 mark because right now we have 0 points. The blue one goes on 10 because that shows the health of your sanctum. And your sanctum can be destroyed 3 times. And then we have the red, and the red is going to start at 1 power. And that goes for all players. Okay? So this is my starter deck. Okay? So my starter deck, my character, again, my commander would go there. Okay? And what I'll do is I will turn all these cards to face you guys. My screen is frozen. You guys say, can you guys see me move? Am I still frozen? Yeah, my screen is frozen. Okay. Not sure why that is. You guys can't see my hand moving. There's nothing I can really do about it. Okay, great. All right, great. All right, so let's turn this around so you guys can see it. So again, 110. Okay, and we'll set her up in a second. All right. So again, this starts at 1. I don't know if you guys didn't see that before. 10 for my health of my sanctum, and then there's 0 for my thing. So this is my starter deck. So it gives me a cheat sheet card. It shows me game phases, which we will go over, and then it also shows me my battle procedures. So everything, all the rules you need are literally on this card, and you don't. Once you go through the rule book real quick, you never have to go through it again because everything is referenced by that card. So this gives every commander has its own unique minion. It shows me my minion because it has this logo on it. There are other minions of this type in the deck that I can buy. This is a power card, which we're going to show in a second too. This increases the power on my sanctum. And this all shows my starter cards. You can see that every starter card has my logo on it. Everybody's has their own. All right. So again, see the logo, boom. And everything that's green is basically an action card. We're going to go through all this. So let me shuffle this real quick, and then I'll shuffle off the witches, and we're going to start drawing cards out. And again, I'll move everything in this direction so it's all upright to you guys. Okay, I don't know how well that's. And this also includes one of the cards that I think is unlockable. So I'll use the cards that unlock. Draw section here. And then the NPC cards also has its own cheat sheet, which I will be using as well. The only comment that I have on my own thing is I think I need to make the AI harder. Which it hasn't beat me yet. So let's. So as far as the Wicked Witch is concerned, so this is unlocked as well, and I put the Kali cards in here. People were asking me about the Kali card if they're able to get it after, and yes, yes, you're going to be able to get it. It won't be free. So they have the Fallen card. That's their minion. So we're going to shuffle this up for the AI, and we're going to finish our setup, which should only take a couple of seconds. Okay, that's their draw. And then we're going to turn these around. These are the cards. These undead cards, anyone can buy at any time. So if there's no characters in the river, you can buy these at any time. And then I have my standees out here as well, which are cut off thing, but we'll be pulling. So we'll also be, since it's 2 players, we are going to pull up 3 locations. If you're playing with 3 or 4 players, then you would have an additional out. Okay, and then we're also going to take a mission card out. I have to put this down a little bit. You guys can see, and then we have 2 missions that will come out as well. Okay, and each player is going to take their 6 standee or 6 stands to put it in. So there's that one, and then we need the yellow ones. Okay, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So this would go here. These would go here, and then we would take the standees that are associated. There's the Wicked Witch standee. So that would go in there. That would be Sanctum. And then we also have the Fallen, but she doesn't have this one yet because it's still in her deck. We're going to put that away. All right. And we're going to take the creature from the deep one, and we're going to take the Glob. And you can always tell it's his because it's got the yellow logo in there. So that's going to go in there in the Sanctum, and the Glob is going to go in a way. Okay. And the last thing we need to do is take our tokens. So this is going to get messy. So these are influence tokens. This is how we're going to get our tokens throughout the game. So let's take out anything that's not yellow or green. So we have the Witch faction, we have the Mutation faction, and then there's also Vampire, Supernatural. Well, technically, I guess Vampire would be Supernatural, but I just subdivide. And and these are the experiments. So we have an experiment faction as well. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Those will all go here. Okay, now we're set up. All right, so I'm going to go first because I am the unit there, and I'm going to take 5 cards from my hand. But before that, we got to lay these cards. So this would be the river that's the Zombify card. That's one of the cards that's supposed to be unlocked next, I think, or the Supernatural one. That's one again will be unlocked. I think I should use that one because it hasn't been unlocked yet. Go, we go. All right, we lay 5 cards out like any other deck builder. And we see that Mr. Hyde is the only one out there right now that's a character. So this is a mutation slash vehicle. So it allows me to fly, and we have an action here with Claw Strike, and then we have a weapon slash spell card, right? And if you notice that logo, this logo here at the bottom, which is also up on top, matches my logo here. Unfortunately, Witch also has that, and basically it means it's a spell cast. All right, so take my 5 cards here, and let's look at the board. So I now have 5 cards in hand, and we have the Vampire Crypt, we have the Ghost Ship, we have the Mummy's Tomb, all out there. Now this is land, this is air and sea, but no land, and this is land. Therefore, I go here, I cannot move here. I can, but any normal character can. Now, why can I move there and nobody else? Because if you notice his special ability is that he can go to sea as a so I can move from here to here, but the witch cannot. So unless she has some kind of an air ability, she can't move over. That also means that she can't immediately deploy here either. So we're going to talk about deploying here in a second as well. But I can go as the creature. I can go to any of these locations. And if you see here, each one of the locations has a logo because the logo is going to influence how much power I have. So this is a witch location. I probably don't want to go there anyway because the witch is probably going to jump there. She's going to get one extra power there. She has extra strength in that location. And then you have to also do the top. So this one allows for 3 characters to be there. I'm probably going to up that to 4 because some of my play testers have said it's very easy multi-populate a location. So I'm probably going to up these to 4. That means that I can't have more than 4 characters or 3 characters on a location. The bottom is only used when you win the location. We're going to that in a second. And now the Mummy's Tomb. So let's read each one of these. It says Fortune or Glory. Once you place a character on this location, draw the top card of the main deck, which is here. At if the action matches the character card, lose 2 power. If not, gain 1 power. So each one of these has something like this one's walk the plank. So if you're defeated on location, you immediately die. And this one allows you to put another vampire or either remove a vampire from the river or in it. So that's the different thing. But you have to look at that to see if you're going to get screwed too, because some of the locations you have to actually have power to pay before you can even go there. So if you're down to 0, you're going to be you can't even go. And then there's these 2 mission cards. So the mission cards. So this one is mine. You can see it my little factions on it, and each one of the missions requires certain things. So this has any character I can crush to oblivion. So let's say I decided to go on a mission. I would put them on the first dot, and I go to the second dot, next round, and the third one. So I'm losing my character for 2 rounds. Why is there 2 there? So let's say I move there, and the witch decided that they don't want me to complete that mission. They could then jump there, and they can battle me. If they win, then I would go off it, and they would continue on. And everything that's yellow is the amount of points we win for that. So again, we're paying 20 points. So this one here, Sanctum Infiltration, and it gives you like a little flavor text, and what it says is this requires an assassin or an infiltrator. So on each of the cards, like you'll see here, he's an infiltrator, but commander is not. My commander is a commander, so he could not go onto this mission if he wanted. I could go onto this one because it's any character is required, and that's how that works. All right, so let's play my hand out here. So I have a blacksmith, and I can subtract one cost from a vehicle. So this is mutation for air. So there are no vehicles out there. So I'm immediately going to get rid of this. So it says, or I can then just get an additional card. I'm going to discard that and pick up a new card. And what that allows you to do is you're never really sitting with dead cards that you up completely. So the first thing I would do is let's read our procedures here. So the first thing you would do is place an influence or move your character on a mission. I don't have any of that. We're going to skip over that. Take cards from the deck, which I did. Now we're going to generate power in your sanctum. So my commander is here. He generates 2. So I'm immediately going to move this up to 3. And then I play cards, which is where I'm at now. Technically, I skipped this a phase before I did that. Just make sure you follow the thing. Yeah. So I also have my minion here. So I can play it out immediately. So we're going to play my minions out here. This could go up. Maybe I can go higher. So I have more of there we go. So now I have more of the table out. So now I can move this down. Okay, that's not okay. Here we go. All right. Give me a little bit more room here. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to put my minions below. Okay. So obviously there's only 6 stands. So you can only have 6 characters to play at a time. All right. Cool. All right. So that's the remaining cards. What do I do with oh, here? Okay. So I also have this card here. So I played my blob here, which means now he is in the sanctum. However, I can't generate with him because that step has already passed. So this one allows me to add 1 more power, so I'm up to 4. Grab a weapon, which is Red Sonja there. It allows me to take 1 off of the weapon cost. And this is the weapon. I think this is a spell of non-existence. This with that skill allows me to add 1 power. So I probably will be buying that. So let's just wait on that. And then I have preparations. This allows me, as you can see the it allows me to add 2 to my sanctum, plus I get to draw a card. That's a really good card. So now I'm up to 6, and I get to draw a card. I have recruitment, which is not going to help me because there's nobody out there with no characters out there with my thing, so it allows me to take another card. All these allow you to take another card. This allows me to take something from my discard card. I don't have anything, so I'm going to discard that card. Okay. I'm probably going to use this. This is Fire Strike. This allows me to strike at another player's sanctum. I'm going to do that immediately. So it's going to cost me two to do that. So I'm going to play that card, and I'm going to use two out of my six power. Okay, so I just moved that down. Now I'm going to move them up to eight. Okay, and for doing that, I'm going to put one of my influence on there. That means that once he's destroyed, I'm going to either get 4 points. I'm going to get 4 points because there's only four of us. But if it was multiple players and they all attacked or did damage, that when it got down to zero, there would be multiple tokens here, and we could buy. Everybody would get 2 points. One person getting four. All right, and then what happens is if you see these lines here, a black cube will go every time the is destroyed. You can't generate power beyond that. All right. This helps in battle, which I don't plan on doing right now, so I'm also going to discard that. I'm going to try to go through my deck as quick as possible. This gives me one, back up to five, and I think this is my last one. Now we're going to go into the purchase phase. So I'm going to play this, purchase this for two, for three, and that's going to go in my disc. Anything that you purchase goes to your discard pile and immediately gets refreshed. Oof, now I got characters out there I might buy, and I don't have any more money to purchase. So I only have three, and these two are four. So I have to wait. And of course, the AI is going to probably mess with it. All right. So I now have a deployment phase. So I have two deployments. I have two characters to deploy. However, people, as you can see, people can attack Sanctum. So if I have nobody there to defend, that's also a problem. But it's an AI, so I don't have to less worry about them coming and attacking my Sanctum. So I'm going to, if I was a regular player, I'd be more worried because they can almost do 10 damage. And if you see, there's also a line on this one, and that's because I can save characters by giving up uh, health from my Sanctum to generate health for my people in battle. But I can only go up to five. After that, I can't use it anymore. All right. So also vehicles allow you to multiple deploy. You can deploy multiple characters at once, which is how you can build these things up very quickly. All right. So I am going to use my commander, and I am going to go. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go. She can't go there. Maybe I will. She has more power here, but well, the AI is going to go. If it knows it is to place things, like a normal player wouldn't be able to go, but the AI can go without the restrictions. So maybe I will go to the Mummy's Tomb. So I'm going to go to the Mummy's Tomb. It's a land location, so I have no problem going there. And now I trigger this Fortune and Glory. So once you place a character there, I have to pick up the card here, and whatever the faction is, if it matches, I'm going to lose two power. If not, then I'm going to gain one. All right. So the faction here is supernatural, so it does not match my character. So I'm going to go up one. Unfortunate, I wish I had that earlier. Right, and that gets shuffled back in. So while I would be doing this, now that would be the end of my turn. All right. Obviously, the turns go very, very quickly when I'm not explaining it. Okay, so now the AI would go. So the NPC player turn, and then of course they would do the same thing. They would add influence, etc. They don't have, and they're going to turn over five cards. So one, they're going to play anything they can play. Anything they can't just gets discarded. Okay. So and they don't pick up additional cards like the human player does. So that would get discarded because there's nothing in the discard pile. Um, they can't use that to gain more power. the thing because really have a hand of cards. Um, they could use that to purchase a thing, but their purchase thing is through the AI deck. I would be using that. They can use this. Of course, this would go up by two because the witch is in there, and then they would also go up by two to use that, and they would not draw another card. Right? However, now they could use this and attack me. So they're going to do that, and they're going to do the same thing that I did, and I'm going to lose. Okay. So now add power to the sanctum from characters. They have an opposite. If if power passes a line, which it didn't, take the rightmost card from the lineup. So they haven't done that. If power maxes out, take the rightmost card from the lineup and do one damage to the opponent's sanctum. Okay, and now we play an NPC card. So we've gone through all that, and now we actually take an NPC. So it says, say hello. Take the most expensive card from the lineup, put it into play if possible. If not, discard it. Yeah, I know that's gonna be a problem. So if I have a choice, people have just rolled die or whatever. I just go, what's going to be worse for me? Um, so he would probably take this card because it's my mutation card. He probably wouldn't want me to have it. So he's going to do that. And it's going to go immediately into play where mine would go into my discard pile, his goes into play. So I would then find the standee for that. I don't know where he is. So let's see what. There it is. So he now has the Phantom of the Opera in his sanctum. That would go there. So he's already kind of more powerful than I am at this point. Okay, so now we move to the bottom. Move a character with the most attachments to a location with any other character on it and begin a battle, and it says yes or no. So his most powerful character, uh, three for this one. His commander is four, so he's going to move his commander to my location. Just a mess. So now I have to draw another card. It says either yes or no, draw a card. So if you come down here, this tells me that he's not starting because it has two hands shaking. He refused to start a battle. He just went over there to battle. So if it was a cross swords, then he would start a battle. Go into battle. Will happen. Do not worry. I think I'm going to have to fight it. But I do want to have an attachment first before I do that. Right now, we're completely even. I have four power. He's got three, which does give me a little bit of a. Okay, so now we go back to my turn. So now that I've spent one round there, it goes back to my turn. What I do is I put an influence there. So me having influence there now gives me one additional power as well, as if it was as if my thing, yeah, my faction. So I can only draw one card. I can't draw enough cards. So now I reshuffle the deck that I just went through, and I draw four. Does anybody have any questions at this point? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Okay. But you can see a lot can happen in a turn. All right, so that's do that. So I have my one card in hand, two, three, four, 5. So my goal now is to get that spell out into my hand. Get that spell out of here into my hand is what I'm. All right. So my commander is no longer here, which I forgot to do again. So I also get 1 power. He's only got 1 now. For my commander has 2, so he's going to get 1. This card, you want to report? That will also get me 1, and I have another one, which also gets me 1. So now I'm up to 7. Um, I am going to keep this grapple card in my hand this time. This gives me 1. I can play this during battle. It allows me to add 1 power. There is a obviously I don't need this card. There's a summon spell that might be good too, but I really want this ride. So I am not going to buy a weapon. So I'm going to or buy a vehicle. There's no vehicles out, so I'm going to get rid of that. Draw a card, and there's my. So what I'm going to do is I am now going to attach that to my commander. So my commander now has 8 health, 5 attack, doesn't generate any more, but you see that the 2 symbols match. Therefore, I go up here and it gives me 1 additional attack. So my attack is now 4, 5, 6. And the special stuff, if I wanted to, because it tells me up here, attached to a character, and if I can also spend 1 power, and at the start of the character's battle, discard a single attachment of 3 cost or less from the opponent. So I could spend 1 to get rid of an attachment from my opponent, but I don't have it. I don't have it, so I'm not worried about that. But my big thing is that I have 4, 5, 6 power right now, plus that is 7. So what I do is I look at how much health the character has, and it's only 7. Therefore, I can right now kill that character. So with that in mind, I am probably going to initiate a battle. Okay. So now I go back over here. I'm going to hold on to this card anyway. Do I want to damage them again? That's the question. Now that I have my thing in my hand, maybe I will. I'm up to see here. Probably not. I'm gonna get rid of this card. Draw the card. Um, that allows me to purchase a weapon if there isn't any, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I got 1 more power. Okay, that will be the end. I'm going to hold on to my grapple card. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in my hand. All right. So right now I'm up to 8 power. So I am going to purchase Mr. I. But the difference between the AI and me is I have to put this into my discard pile. But I can still find him and put him into my stand and just put him in the away section. Okay, so he's going to go into my yellow base. He's going to go into the away section. Now I just spent 4, so I'm going to go all the way up to 4. And that's why he would have purchased the other card, because the other card would have cost me only 3 if I had the card in my hand. Okay, the Headless Horseman just came out. So I slide everything over, and then I put the more recent card there. There's always 5. It could be 6 at times if a power here tells you to do something or add another card out. All right, so I am going to initiate a battle. All right, so I'm going to take my dial here, which isn't as important here as you would be playing small players, because this is a bidding system that you use in secret. All right, so now I initiate a battle, and right now I'm at 7 again, so I got 5, 6 plus extra power for the spells. So that's 7. And I have 8 here because I can play this card during the battle. So I have 8, or or I can bid as many power as I have here up to 6. So I can bid up to 4 power because that's all I have. So I would take this, and if there's anything additional, I want to make sure I kill him. So the dial goes from 1 to 6, but my power is only 4, so I can only bid up to 4. However, I know that I can kill him without bidding anything. So I'm going to bid 0, okay? Because I want to keep my power here, and I know I can kill him already. Now he may have, if it was even player, they may have additional cards in their hand that they'll be able to play and change all that. And the witch also has the ability, which the AI can't really use, to change factions even if she's not available and not even in battle. So she can manipulate battle when she's not in it. So she can say, let's say I was at a mutation, and the player that I was fighting, she could say, nope, I'm going to get that special. And so that one would transfer to her if this was mutation, and I wouldn't get it. So well, she's nasty in that way. All right. So now we have to see what the AI is going to bid. The AI can bid up to 3. So how do I know what it's going to bid? I take the top card, and it tells me on the bottom. Um, it's bidding 2. All right. So it right now has a power of 6. It's just not enough. So there's no keeping track of damage. Either you kill something or you don't. However, anything that can be destroyed would be. So it's going to do 6 damage to me, and I'm going to do 7 damage to it. And I'm going to use my grapple card. So 7 damage would kill it. So it's going to go to its away. It's away. And the card gets discarded, so it no longer has a commander in play. And I'm going to get 3 points for that. She's going to do 6 damage to me. So she has to use the 2 that she bid. So it goes up to 0, or 1, I mean. And I now have this attachment here that has 1. So I had 8. It only did 6 damage to me, so it can't kill me, but it can destroy this. So again, anything that can be destroyed would be destroyed. So my spell would go into my discard pile. But I would get the points. That's how battling. All right. So now it would be their turn. I now have 3 points on the board. They have one of the few times I've actually. All right. So now it's their turn. They would get no influence because there's nobody on the board. So they would take their 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now they would play their thing. So that's nothing. Uh, get 1 power for him and 1 power for this card, and then 1 power for this card. So it's now passed over a line. So at the end of this, it would automatically get this card. So, and now this would also come out. So now he has 2 characters. And this would. All right. So now we've done that. If power passes the line, take the rightmost card. So the rightmost card would be here. And discarded. So it would be discarded. So this would all now move. And we have the mist shield come out. All right, and this is a weapon, and it's a defensive weapon. And then if you have the spellcaster ability, it does +2 damage if plus 2 attack damage is taken. So it allows power maxes out, which it did not. And now we're playing it. Let's see what it's going to do. All right, move a player character on a mission. Um, oh, a mission back one. Okay, there's nobody there. If there are none, take the top mission card and enact a reward. Okay, so he automatically gets it. I was on a mission. All right, so he's going to get 2 points. And oh man, kill the beast. Successfully complete the mission, which they do automatically. Receive 2 victory points and replace an opposing influence token on one location with your own, and add one influence where you have zero influence. Okay. So my one influence that I just got is going to be now going to be there. Okay, and you only need 3 to take the location. So, oh, I would have an extra one there because I won the battle. Anybody that wins the battle gets an influence location. Okay, so I would have one. So enact the reward plus they get 1 influence, which they would put there. Because that's their symbol. That's how I would choose it. All right, so let's just put this on their side of the board. An NPC character may move an NPC character onto the second location space of a mission with a player character or no player character. Okay, just as once this would be random. So we probably move. Oh, I have to move somebody there. They do infiltrator or assassin or any character. Okay, so we put that onto the second location. So he's going to get that second one too. Okay. Oh, and I'm trying to make this harder. All right, so now it's my turn. So I would get a second influence here, first thing, and once I'm about to press a third, I take the location instead. So there should only be 2 tokens on there to get the location. All right, so now I have I only have this guy here, so I'm going to get 1 power for him, and I really want to get Mr. Hyde out of here. Oh, he's in here. Okay, so I got 3 cards out of my 5. So I'm going to shuffle this until I have 5 cards in my hand. So now my next thing is to try to get Mr. Hyde out as quickly as possible. And Mr. Hyde would have no ability to move onto the air and sea location anyway. So I would have to move him either onto the monkey's tomb with me, which I would feel would be a waste. Uh, Reason to do that is to have multiple players there is A, you can lock up a location by having as many characters there as there are number. And the other thing is that I can add everybody's attack together if I'm, oh, I got the first one. So there's my 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is get Hyde out. Oh, that's pretty fine. All right, so now he would be here, and I can now deploy him. All right, I'm also going to use this card immediately, so I can gain 2. That's the most power I've had at any given time. And I have a recruitment card. He's supernatural. So all right, I don't need a resurrection card at this point, so I'm going to use that to take a card. I'm going to get another power there, and I'm going to max out at 10. So once I have enough of those cards out, I probably want to hold it. All right, so I can buy multiple cards if I want, or I can literally buy nothing and get rid of that card on the last one, which is upside down for you guys. But and then I'll get free power. Recruitment card doesn't help me because there's no characters out there that have my symbol, and my non-existence came back. So I can put this out without actually attaching it to anyone, and then attach it. Once you're in a battle, it's locked. I can't attach something after a battle has been completed. But before then, I can move my spells around. That is all right, and this is for a vehicle of which there isn't any. I'll get rid of that, and I have my fire strike. I am going to fire strike. So I'm going to take two, give me up to seven, and I'm going to bring him down to six. All right, and naturally, if you're playing with multiple players, and you can't gang up on somebody. So make sure you get you make pacts with people. All right, so I think the problem is that I really don't need it on there. He's really not going to attack me again this turn. I may give it to him, even though all it does is give me one extra attack and one extra health. He has a driver ability for vehicles. He doesn't have spell ability. So, but he also has this weird interrupt. Take a look at this guy. He has a thing called Psychic Mind. Anything that you see that has the yellow caution symbol there, it means an interrupt. I can use that. So it says interrupt on it. Move one power from one opponent to another, or destroy one card from the river. So I didn't want to do that. So it doesn't really it eliminates one from someone else, but it doesn't really give me anymore because obviously spending one. But you can also use it during any other player's turn. So if you want to mess with somebody's battle, too. So yeah, it has a lot of interaction with a lot of deck builders don't have interaction like this where the you're all right. So I could literally go over here and fight him here too. Do I want? I'd rather get that on the board and let him just take that mission. All right. So I am going to deploy. We haven't seen any vehicles at this point. So I am going to move. Let's move him here. And that will be the end of my turn. So let's see what he's going to do now. So he would start out and have both of his no, one character. Yeah. So he would gain one for his phantom on board. All right. We do that. He's got one, two, three, four, five. So now, when you say, okay, did your characters get killed during this time? No. Now his commander is back. So your characters don't ever die completely or get removed from the game. So he has two cards, so he's going to move that. So he would pass a line. So he's going to take this card and put it in the discard pile. He's going to move. And now we got another glob just came out. And these guys work in tandem, so their power add one if they're together. So, but Headless Horse is pretty badass too. So, and he generates three power in the thing. He's pretty strong. All right, I would think these that would get discarded, and now I have a card here. Again, let's say hello. Take the least expensive card in the lineup. And put it into play. Okay. So now I take the standee for that. And you can see it's a number two here because there's three total. One that's my minion. deck that are purchasable. So I would take the one that says two, and that's always so I can tell who's who on board here. And then I would put him like if he has multiple ones that have his stand on it. So he now has three characters, and I would take the card out. And this is the one I didn't want to play because we haven't unlocked it yet. Okay, he's got a wooden stake out now, so we have another weapon. Move a character with the most power to a location with any other character on it. Battle, yes or no. He really wants me out of here. He wants me out. Let's see if he starts battle though. He just wants to be friends. Okay, we moved there for no reason because he's going to move back. So that was all right because I'm going to take the location on my next. And yeah, that was it. That was it for the card. Okay, so it goes back to my turn. If he had initiated the battle, then that would have changed things. He did. All right. So now the first thing I would do is take these back. He's going to go back home. I'm going to go back home. Go back to him, and I'm going to take this card. Now another card is going to come out. You see this one has a four here. Murky Swamp, and it's my location, and it's a C. So you know I'm going. So now it says archaeological dig. You may find the mummy character card in the river or main deck and put it into your hand and an influence token to a supernatural location. So that's my problem. And this card is pile is card and gain three uh, victory points. So I could go and get the mummy out of here. However, if I hold on to it, then a supernatural. If I was close to taking a location, I'd probably wait for a supernatural thing to come out and then play it, so I can put my influence on it. But I don't know how long it's going to take before something comes out. So I'm just going to play this immediately, and if it is an interrupt, I can literally play it on somebody else's turn if I want. So I got three before. I'm now up to 6 points, and I basically put this, underneath my thing upside down because I've used it, and I'm going to go and take the mummy card. So I'm literally can go through this and find the mummy. I got the mummy out of the mummy's tomb. Makes sense, doesn't it? As you can see, there's so many different options. There's cards you're just not even going to see during gameplay, which definitely has playability. So there's the mummy. So I'm going to take him and I put him into my hand. I have two cards in my hand, so you know I'm going to play him immediately. And he has a weapon. He's a weapon master here, so I would probably try to find him. And what he does is he curses people. He can curse other characters, and so there's curse tokens in here. So, and I can curse multiple people. I can only curse somebody once, so you can't be multiple cursed. And this token says -1 to all. So once I curse someone, they have -1 to all their stats until they die, and then the curse token. So so that's one card. I have two cards in my hand now. Three, four. All right, and I have two people in uh, my thing, so I'm actually going to go up one, two, three. So I'm up to 10. So there's my problem: is I'm up to 10, and I have these two cards that I really don't want to play that they'll be useless. So I don't need to grab one at this point. So I'm probably going to. And there is a weapon card out there, so I'm probably going to buy that. buy this card, this one, and buy this for one. Oh, there's the second Mr. High. So, all right. So let me show you how this works. That's perfect, actually. So if I purchase this card and I can attach him to this high, and all of his stats go up by one. If he buys it, he can't put it out until he kills me. Uh, if he kills me and puts his card out, then he will steal the standee from me, and now I can't put it out in the future. However, there is a card called Doppelganger where I can have the card out and he can have the card out. And the doppelgangers have their own standees. So that's the only time you can have two of the same character out. Of course, the minions, that's a whole other story. I'm not naming characters. So I will try to buy that so they don't, because then if they do kill me, I'll be screwed. All right, so I'm going to discard that, and now I'm going to shuffle this up and take one more card for my discard. Yeah, when you see that, when you're playing against people, like real people, as opposed to the AI, and you see a new character come out, you're going to want to grab that as quick as possible. Because the card's going to go, oh no! All right, so I'm going to take one card. All right, so I got three of these. So I'm just going to hold them because I have nine I can purchase stuff with right now, which you know what I'm going to buy. So I'm going to put my mummy card out, okay, and I am going to get the mummy. Mummy, and what we can do is we can just play the 12 points this way because I'm with over an hour already. I think. I want you guys to be. Um, but you can see how fun it is, especially when you have other players. Um, okay, so I'm going to hold on to those. I now have three, and plus it's going to ramp up very quickly because I'm going to start throwing people out all over the place, and I'll be able to get these very quickly. All right, so that's it for me as far as all that. So now I'm going to buy. So I am going to buy Mr. Hyde. So they get sword too, huh? One, two, three, four, and hmm, I want to buy this dagger. So I'm going to purchase that for two. Now I'm up to three, so I don't have to battle. But that's the things you got to keep in mind because now I purchased all that, and I thought I had. It looked like I had a lot of power. Now I'm weak. So when you start, that's another thing. If you're playing a three-player game and you bid all your power, and now you're at zero, the next guy is like, "You're weak as hell now. I'm definitely going to battle you because I'm going to be able to bid a whole lot more than you." And your guys start getting wiped off the map. So you have to be careful about your spending. So because not only using power to buy cards, you're using it to battle as well. All right, so that'll be the end of my turn. I'm holding on to three out of five cards here, and let's see. Um, so I just put him here. So he's going to move off of here. He's going to come back. And he's immediately going to get this. So he's going to be up 4 points. And it's called Crusher. Successfully complete a mission to receive two victory points if it did, and discard one vehicle and one weapon from an opponent. Damn it. Okay. Um, and if at least one is on a location and influence there. Oh, it was. He's an ass. All right. Um, so that's That was that. So now he actually takes his turn. Take the least expensive card from the lineup and put it into play if possible. If okay, plus we didn't get all of his power here because he's got one, two, uh, three. He's got all of his characters here. Well, he has all four characters, so he's going to max completely out. If he maxes out, he's going to take this card plus. If power maxes out, take the rightmost card, which I just did, and do one damage to the opponent. Okay. All right. Now take the least expensive card in the lineup, put it into play if possible, if not to start. So he's got two choices here. Um, it wouldn't matter either way, so we'll just take this one. If it goes to play, so he's got four. And now we have our first vehicle. So this has a health of two, strength of two, can carry three people, and the driver ability allows it to do one more attack plus uh, wake the dead. And I can pay one upon if I purchase the card. Upon purchase, take a character from your discard pile and add it to your hand. That's a good one because I can attach that to Mr. Hyde because he's a driver. Okie dokie. And that allows me only to go. It's only a land also, so you have to look in the middle here. What kind of vehicle it is. But there's air vehicles, there's water vehicles, all this other stuff. Okie dokie. Um, and so I would need to get the thing for him. So he would be number two. So there's the number two. And he's almost maxed out of characters here. All right. And move a character with the most power to a location with any other character on it. So he's switched immediately going to come out and talk to Mr. Hyde, say hi, and let's see if he's still friends with me. Oh, he's not friends with me anymore. So as you can see, there's the swords yellow, so he is starting. Okay. So, and this is the one of the things I wanted to show too. So now I'm on the defensive side. So right now, because he also destroyed the spell I had attached to him as well, so that's and she's fighting me with four. She's got four power right now, and she is maxed out. And I have three. This can be very painful. I should have kept that grapple card, I guess. Okay. So what am I going to bid? I'm going to bid all three because let's see his power. I wish I was able to get the other high card onto him. So he's only got power of three. I can't even kill her. This is bad. I can't even kill her. Because she has seven health, and I can only do six damage. Three plus three. So I'm just going to let him die. I don't have a choice. So I'm going to bid zero because there's no use in bidding because I can't kill her. She has no attachments even for me to destroy. So she is going to bid four. One, two, three, four. So she is doing 8 damage to me. Talk about overkill. So I would die. So I would be going to the away. The card would be discarded. And if you look on the bottom here, it has a two in the section there. So she would go up to six. And now we're equal. So I'm probably not going to continue further because I know we're in over an hour already, hour and 15 minutes. what does everybody think? Since you've now seen just about everything how it plays. So, what do you guys think? Any comments, questions, or anything like that? Everybody good? Hasn't been asked anything. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you haven't already subscribed, then or bought the game or pre bought it, then this is the perfect time to jump in with the third player already unlocked. And then let me know too if you guys want me to play this again, and we can go and use the expansion for Wizard of Oz instead of some of the characters in here. And how this works is, in fact, I'll show it to you guys before we close up. Let's take everything out because these will be, it's all standees and stuff like that. Of course, they won't be loose. They'll be on, jump clipboards there, the punch boards. So instead of some of the other characters, this is the extra commanders you can choose from now. So we have Dorothy Gale, and her ability is no place like home. When you're in a battle is announced, Dorothy may return to her sanctum, canceling the involvement. Like if Dorothy was there instead, I would have gotten her out of there, so didn't give her the points. And Wicked Witch on this one, Wicked Witch of the West in this case. I'll get you by pretty during your turn. You may deploy teleport to a location or mission with an opposing character on it as a free deployment. So you can deploy 3 characters with her being your commander, and or make free deployment with multiple characters with the thing. Then you have Glinda, and of course there's 2 copies of each one of these. Jack Pumpkinhead, Princess Languine with just multiple heads, Scarecrow, TikTok, the Tin Man, the Wicked Witch of the East, which is now this one is nasty. So this one, her ability costs 2, and a vehicle must be attached. You have to have a vehicle to even use this ability. But once she completes a mission, she if she qualifies, meaning that she has to be able to match the mission, she may jump to the second spot of another mission. So you have to stop her because she'd be jumping all over the place. The Cowardly Lion, the Flying Monkey. So there's 3 copies of the Flying Monkeys in there. You can have all 3 of them out. The Munchkins, 3 copies of that because one attaches one's Dorothy's starter card. And then you have the Winky Guards. One of those goes to the OEO guys. And one of them is the Wicked Witch's Maid. All right, then you have Saviors of Oz. These are all like action cards. So what you would do if you were adding these to this deck, you take out, let's say you were putting in Princess Languine. So she's a vampire, so you take out a vampire character and replace it with that's how it works. So this deck always remains the same. You can also put only 1 copy of Languine in there and leave the other and take 1 vampire out. So you could have all now instead of having duplicate characters, you only have 1. So that's totally up to you. Saviors of Oz, pick the top card of the main deck and increase the energy of your sanctum by the part of the card. That's a really good one. Vengeance, we have Vengeance tokens with this, where you plop a token onto a character and you can act on that character and get additional points. We have Enchanted Broom. We have the Silver Slippers. So this is a really cool deck. And then of course we have Toto too. Toto's a pain in the ass. Little nuisance, and it costs nothing to use this ability. Before a battle, choose a character starting location with Toto and -1 player sanction. So he basically steals power. So before battle. We have the magic wand that, of course, goes with the spellcaster ability, and then, of course, we have the axe, and then we have additional missions that also says, "I'll get you my pretty, kill the witch," and that's and then it tells you how to do that, and then we have additional locations that we can also use. So the additional locations are Winky Country, the Yellow Brick Road, Orange Land, and Emerald City. So it's all Oz based. So fun stuff, and I'll be obviously additional ones. Mark and I are talking about our next what the next thing would be. Um, would be like a Greek mythology one we'd have. So instead of commanders, we have gods, and you can interact with them as well. And then I already have a sci-fi version as well that's based off my Destiny Aurora stuff, and then you have Frankenstein in a spaceship. So this world building is the basic storyline is that all of the multiverses are combining, everybody's vaulting for their own type, their own little section of the world. That's how that all works. But yeah, it's not hard to learn. It's all based on your strategy. Once you played a few times, yeah. Once you learn the cards, you'll certain cards you'll be looking for to jump into the river. You're ready to start playing those based on what are the cards you have. All right. Well, that's it for me. And if you have any more questions, you can always DM me and things like that. And other people have put any replies that I need to do. It pops up. If you have any comments and stuff like that, so I can always reply. I never read everybody. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you so much for making this already a reality. And yeah, I can't wait for you guys to actually get to the table and start playing it. All right. Thanks, guys.